Well, welcome to October, everybody. I got my pumpkin mug. Shout out one of our youth leaders for getting this for me. Thank you so much, Timmy. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the change of weather, but I'm so excited to look back at what God's been doing lately and look forward to something I'm super excited about. So hang in there with me. Let's look back. Okay, so looking back, when I look back and think about what God is doing in our community, I want to celebrate recently the baptism that we just had, where we saw a number of students come public with their faith and share a little bit of their story with the whole church. And one of the things that was so sweet and so special, what's so unique about our student ministry, is that our students really buy into the idea of being a community of people who celebrate what God is doing. And so you would notice if you're at the baptism that all of our students lined up to share in the moment of someone professing their love for God, the salvation they had received by turning to Jesus. And I just want to say, students, I'm so proud of you just for being a community that really cares for one another and loves one another and celebrates what God is doing and changing the lives of our students. And speaking of life change, we recently saw a number of students and leaders' lives change on our first ever middle school only retreat called Fusion. So I want to highlight you guys for a second, middle schoolers, because you guys showed up. You were so full of energy, so excited to be with one another. And I thought it was really, really beautiful. And we called the retreat Fusion because that was our prayer, that you would be fused to one another, students, that you would be fused to your leaders, and that all of our students and all of our leaders would be fused closer to God. One of the most beautiful things I saw was that on Saturday night, we saw 4 students profess faith in Jesus for the first time. And so we want to celebrate what God is doing there. But we also saw students that were excited to be together and excited, growing and hungering and thirsting for God. And that's our prayer, that you would want to be with Jesus, that you would hunger and thirst for him. And that as you come to Jesus, then we will become more like him. That's our prayer for you. And we're going to keep praying that over you middle schoolers. So as we look forward, there's something I'm really, really excited to announce to you guys, and that is that on October 22nd, if you're a middle schooler, and October 25th, if you're a high schooler, we are starting a brand new sermon series. And here's what I know about you, is that there are doubts that you have, sometimes about God or sometimes about church. Maybe for you, like relationships in church can get messy. Maybe in your life there is unconfessed sin that's been hiding and you haven't felt safe enough to share those things. But this next sermon series that we're doing is called Darkroom Faith. We're taking the things that we often keep in the dark, that keeps us from following Jesus well, the things that keep us in silence. And we're going to encourage all of us to be vulnerable together, to confess together, to share together, and to kind of maybe correct some wrong thinking on some of these topics about doubt and things like that. And we're going to bring them to the surface. And then we're going to invite all of us to just share together so that we can find healing, so that we can find hope, and so that we can keep our eyes fixed on God and not be distracted and find comfort in who he is and what he says about these things. So we're going to go into the dark room a little bit, and we're going to talk about the things that we keep close to our chest. And so I'm so excited to share this with you and for you to be encouraged in it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending the time with me here, man. We hope that you have a great month of October. A couple things real quick. Hope you will follow us on Instagram if you're not yet, PKWY Students. We have a couple people manning our account now, and they post every day or two. So check it out. If you're not yet following, please do so. Also, we upload our sermons every week, so you can watch those on YouTube at Pkwy Students as well. So please subscribe if you're not yet. But hope you guys have a great rest of your month. We will be with you soon.